because we're live.
Hey
Good morning.
guys, good morning.
Well, who?
Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July. Is anybody here? Put a one in the chat. I know
Oh,
Debbie.
Debbie didn't put that one, girl.
I well, my internet. Oh, my internet's going now.
Damn camera is not right. Debbie's got a one again.
Debbie is. Hey, Ashley, for here. Hi, Dawn.
I'm here. Girl, I slept late this morning. Good thing you sent me that text to tell me I messed up on the time. All that good stuff.
Let's have a. I don't know how to get rid of these.
Press
Okay.
it again.
Ooh, I'm learning.
There you go.
I'm at the point in my life where I can watch a movie one week and then watch it a month later, and I get the same enjoyment out of it because I forget the ending. Okay, so. Oh my god, it's getting like that. Like I said, if it gets worse, I don't know. I'm going to be living. Should I make the announcement? Nobody's here really. We got 5 people here. I found a house. Whoever doesn't know, and it's not the house. I don't think it's the same house from last week. It's a whole different house.
Hey, Mama.
Hi, Sandra. Hello, Miss Sandra.
My mom's so excited. Her sister's visiting.
Oh, nice. Well, hello, sister.
Hey, B.
Anyway, I found a house, and a different house, but for me, it's way better, and the view is fantastic. It's valleys and farms, and then mountains all around, surrounded by mountains. Unbelievable. And the Amish buggies go right in front of the house. Clip, clop, clip, clop. Yay.
That's
I don't
awesome.
get excited about that.
Your view is so gorgeous. Oh my God.
It's breathtaking. I really think that should be a spot for like a hotel or a spa, but it's not going to be.
Your personal spa.
It's a blueberry farm, kind of a mini farm, a farmette. They have 70 organic blueberry bushes. There's, I think, a peach tree. There was asparagus growing and some kind of winter squash.
Oh, they had asparagus? Yum.
Yeah, they have an asparagus area. Look, do you know asparagus doesn't grow like I would expect? I mean, these shoots come up, which are the asparagus, asparagus, and then you kind of cut them at the base. But it takes years to get established. They had them. I don't.
Must have left.
Absolutely. Roxy, the reverse guard dog, who barks on the way out, not the way in. Anyway. Roxy! Sorry.
Precious is here.
Hey, Precious. What's your little head? The little head.
Needs to be brushed.
Well, I mean, she's to you normal size, but like I have Norton. I don't have any cats. Should we get a cat? An outdoor cat? So that they'll kill mice?
Yeah, maybe one outside. But how would your dogs react to that?
They would try to chase it and eat it. I'm pretty sure. I thought I saw somebody parking in the street. It's probably Tony. Oh, I know what he's doing. He's repairing the driveway cracks.
Oh, okay. He's a busy bee.
He's working so hard on stuff that people don't even care about, I feel. I mean, I know that some men think
Wait, hold on. I'm a mute me for a second.
All right. I mean, I know like some people care, but like, I don't think that anybody's going to say, well, since you fixed the driveway cracks, I'm going to give you an extra $1,000. No, It's not going to happen. But he electrified my garage. He put a light in there and he fixed the front. The front of my garage looks like brand new almost, except for there's something a little broken on. I'm not going to say. And it's like this. It's probably something he can change out. Anyway, and he put a new light by my back door and it lights up the garbage area. So
Mom, if you're still on, John's coming bring you medicine.
So Tony put a new light by the back door, and it lights up the whole like back part of the driveway, so you could go to the garbage and recycle bin at night and see what you're doing. Because it
Nice.
really was so dark back there, it used to scare me
Right.
to go there. Yeah, there when we were they had some birdhouses, and when we were walking around, it's so peaceful there because it's really out of the way. I mean, it's like 15 minutes outside of a town. So, you know, since it's like farm, 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 house, farm, 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 house, farm, 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 house, it's
Right.
like that view is like, you know, you can see a house all the way in the distance, but like the next field right past my fence is sheep and ponies.
Nice.
And on the other side, there's a house.
As long as there's like goats next to you, because they say they're escape artists and they'd be all up in your shit.
The house has 2 wells, one well just for the blueberry bushes
Nice.
for irrigation.
I saw that when you were sure. That's a nice little feature.
It's nice. They have these like I think drip lines for that when you turn it on. And there was space on one side that Tony could grow like maybe tomato plants or something. I mean, we have to find out if some plants help the soil and some plants don't. And
so they're going to give you an overview, right? Like a little to show you. Girl, you better get your notebook and write this down.
Really, I know. I thought
or tape it. Like, say, can I tape it when you tell me so you could go back and listen?
I know what peacocks sound like. There was peacocks. Anyway, like the one churchyard in Manhattan had peacocks all over the place, and they sound like meow, meow. It almost sounded like a person screaming fake cat noise. It's funny. I didn't see any peacocks. I did see one farm that had horses, sheep, and chickens running around in the same like corralled area. And hi Jane. And it was so sweet. Like the horses were chasing the sheep and the sheep were chasing the chickens. It was a lot of fun to look at. And it's very hilly, and it's surrounded 100% by mountains. It's so beautiful. Jane, I found a house. I found a house in the valley, but the high part of the valley, so it's not in a flood zone, and the view is spectacular. And we're closing in 11 days. Hi, Anne. Welcome. Yeah, peacocks are very annoying.
Hey, Anne.
So I hope you'll pray for me that I can get my act together. And we're not moving in 11 days, but we're closing in 11 days. And that's quick. I had no idea. It's usually 45 days. So when they said they wanted to close in like 20 or so days back when we found out, I was like, whoa.
Oh, look who popped in. Hey, Jane, I missed you when I stepped away.
And there's Teresa.
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 I think Teresa's going thrifting today.
Well, I want to say, isn't that special? Because I'm a little jealous.
Me too.
Oh, I want to go.
Garrett just asked me what were we doing today.
What are we doing today? I have to pack up some Amber depression clothes. I don't know.
Carefully.
Well, I had a long like low box, and I put half of it in that, and I'm thinking, what would be better, a square or a box? Because maybe a long box, someone could kneel on it and break it. I don't even know how to pack.
I would wrap it good, stuff around the edges, just like you would be packing it too, since you have such a long way to go. Like if you were going around the block, I would say you just wrap it. But I would almost pack it like you're packing, pack it tight so it doesn't move. That's going to be the main thing.
The last time I moved from New York City to here, it's about an hour and 15 minutes. And I got like boxes from a liquor store. I put everything in like newspaper and it was mostly fine. I mean, I broke one platter and one bowl.
The next one up.
Thank you, Jane. Happy 4th of not really interesting July to you. But yeah. So tonight is what is known as Roxy's Day of Horror because she hates fireworks and any loud noises.
Oh no, Debbie.
That's nice.
Oh, I just want to say
sorry.
Thoughts and prayers for Paul. His grandfather died.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I'm sending my condolences to him and his family. His father. I mean, he. God bless him. He had.
Yeah.
I mean, 98 years is nothing to sneeze at.
That's a long time. Yeah. Wow.
I mean,
Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer. Hope you're feeling better. Let us know how it's going. Last week you weren't.
I think last week was her bad day.
She had a bad day. And anyway, so
Debbie's going to start an eBay store.
I found a new house, not the house of last week, a different house, and we're moving to that house for sure.
That has to be the house because it just went bam, bam, bam.
It was like we canceled the house we were in contract with, and the next day, and that same day, I saw the listing, and I said to my realtor, "We're going." He went the next day, and we went to Pennsylvania the day after.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That house was for you. Hey, Maritza.
Hi, Maritza. Hola. ¿Cómo está usted? I mean, I'm not. Yo estudié español por 5 años y yo no recuerdo nada.
I hope you know what you told her.
Yeah, I said I studied in school for 5 years and I don't remember any of it. That was my Spanish.
Jennifer says, well, I want to see it.
Hi, baby.
Miss Idaho. Hello.
Hello, Miss Idaho. How's it going in Idaho?
You don't have a picture of just the view you can show them?
Huh.
At least the view.
I got dog is here. Big head. Mr. Big Head.
Oh, it's the big head dog.
Come.
Because I know Roxy's downstairs barking because Tony went outside.
Come on up. There you go. That was lame to come up. You can come up. Come on. Yes, you show your face to everybody. You pretty boy. He's my baby. He's my baby. Oh
nice. I have one thing on Etsy, Jane. One thing. I need to get off. What is it going to take to motivate me to list? What is it going to take?
It's bills. I don't know.
I know. Well, I already got that, but I don't know, y'all. Last night I told Garrett, I'm like, it was like 10 minutes to 6 in the evening. And I'm like, I'm going to get up and list, like go take pictures. And then I said, give me 10 minutes. And I'm scrolling and scrolling. Girl, before I know it was 9 o'clock.
All right.
Right, Jennifer? Maybe we can do a back room listing thing together.
This is the house with the mountain behind it. And blueberry.
Wait, let me make it big.
It's a blueberry farm. So
more to the left, more in front of your face, more. Yeah, right there.
Okay.
Turn it sideways. Turn your phone sideways. Do you have automatic rotate?
No.
Okay.
I did the travel. It's not that much.
Did you add a little bit extra coffee?
This is the view of like in front of the house.
A lot of ice.
And the neighbors are behind us.
A lot of cream.
Yeah, that's the neighbors across the street. They're so far down the hill.
Hey, Angie.
What's that noise?
I'm stirring my chocolate coffee.
This is the view from the blueberry patch down the valley with the mountains in the back. And it's a blueberry farm, so there's blueberries. Let's see. There's a sitting platform. And from the platform, this is the view. And it looks so much better in person, honestly. This view is beautiful. The photographs aren't doing it any justice.
Well, honey, it's beautiful in the photograph, so stop it.
Yeah, it's just, you just see these rolling hills and then the mountains in the back. So it's entirely surrounded by mountains. It's fantastic. And rolling hills. And it's Amish farms and the buggies go. Like this is the view down the driveway. You can't see the neighbors across the street.
Nice. Jane says it's very similar to the area in the British Columbia that she wants to retire in.
Okay. it seems like really beautiful. And so like this is sort of like the view going down the side of the house to where that field is, that the sitting area is. Anyway,
Nice.
there's one not so nice house next door. I'm sorry.
Art of reselling. Hello and welcome.
Welcome. And then we have a garage. So it's fun.
I'm so happy for you, Suzy.
Thank you. Yeah, this was driving down the road. I want to show you something.
Jennifer says, send me the link to the listing so I can see.
We had to pay up from that listing. Oh my God. So the horse and buggies.
It's
Yeah.
okay. It seems like the perfect house for y'all.
The realtor told me that a lot of the better places that were priced right are going for $70,000 above asking. And I was like, wow. So yeah, when we were driving into to the town, the horse and buggies from the Amish people are there. So who's here? Paul is here?
Oh, Paul,
hi,
the
Paul.
art of reselling, I'm assuming is Paul.
It's
right?
Paul.
Hi,
All right.
Paul.
I'm done with this. I'm moving to the country.
Suzy, I'm so happy for you. Congratulations.
It is really beautiful.
I told you the perfect house.
Back up, please. The view is so much more beautiful than the houses. But
yeah,
that's, quite
and
frankly,
everything. Oh, Paul Antonelli.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You can change everything but your land, sort of. So like if I decide, Tony, let's make a new kitchen. Like we always could do that, I guess. Right. But we can't say let's have a view of a mountain. It's like
exactly. That's what I'm saying, Jane. I told her, I said, eventually the right house is gonna come. And look how fast it happened. It just fell automatically. Everything just fell into place.
It really did. I mean, it was like we were debating, should we take that house? I don't want to be unhappy in that house because half of it was on a slab and the crawl space was big enough for like Precious, not any kind of human being. And that basement was so gross. I didn't want to ever go in it. And I said to Tony, if the lights go out in the house, I can't get in that basement and I don't even want to go in that basement. So This house has a perfectly normal, nice basement. I'm very happy.
Awesome.
Very
Congratulations.
Happy. Thank you. I'm not happy about moving. I'm not happy about packing and I'm going to be miserable and maybe absent even.
Right.
I was just brushing my dogs yesterday and my back went out. So.
Wow. Did you hear from Greg, Jennifer?
Yeah. How is Greg?
What's the update? And I don't know. Chris is usually lurking.
Paul's asking me if I'm married yet. Paul, you're 2 years too late. No. Yeah.
To what?
He said, did I get married yet? I got married 2 years ago. So what is this? Is it going to be in September? 2 years?
Three.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I think. Yeah. You got married in
22. It's
well, it'll be 2 years. Sorry.
Yeah, time flies. We were supposed to be married in 2020, and then 21 was kind of COVID, and 2020 was COVID, and then so we picked 22.
Gotcha.
And it was a lovely day. That's all I'm going to say. And I got to meet my friend Dawn, which was even better. Even better than getting married, I got to meet you. Don't tell me.
Don't be telling our secrets, girl.
I'm just saying, it was really great to
Jane goes 2 years.
I already knew Tony. I just never met you.
Right.
Anyway, it was fun. And Victoria too, yes.
Yeah, Victoria.
Yeah, that was really nice. It was so nice. I actually was really, really happy. And, obviously your husband.
Right.
Too. But I'm just saying, I had some friends that I went to college with that I hadn't seen in 11 years come. It was nice. It was beautiful. It was a very hot in the morning, beautiful day. I was sweating.
Was it like it wasn't so hot during the wedding?
Okay.
I didn't notice it.
I had so much makeup on And the girl who took the photography was a bird photographer, so everything was so super crisp. I saw wrinkles I never knew I had. It was
Stop it. Stop it.
it was funny.
Yeah. Hey, Shelby. You
Hi,
having a
Shelby.
sleepover tonight? That's nice.
Oh, nice.
Didn't you go to Disney, Shelby?
They have fireworks every night at Disney.
Yeah, they sure do.
Should
Our church is having a big firework thing today. Well, they're having like bingo and lunch. Disney Springs, okay. And they're having lunch. And tonight they have the big fireworks show, which it lasts almost 30 minutes long. It's beautiful.
Wow. There were 2 fireworks shows, like one last night and the night before, and we didn't go. And like I said, Roxy's, it's like a season of horror for her, and she thought like the world was ending, and we put like, they have the happy hoodie thing that covers their ears.
Uh-huh.
I think it's disorienting, so she just sort of lays on the floor and goes to sleep when she has it on. So we'll have to do it tonight as well. But the Yahoos in my neighborhood, they've set off till like 2 a.m.
Mm-hmm. Here too.
Okay, Paul. Thanks.
All right. Thanks. Yeah, thanks for coming. Hey, Joyce.
I have the Thunder shirt too, and I put that on her. As soon as I put the Thunder shirt on, she trembles harder because I don't know if like giving her attention makes her realize, oh, now I can like freak out. But even if I say Roxy, when it's happening, she trembles. So I'm like, I feel like I almost have to ignore her.
Right.
But we'll put the Thunder shirt, the happy hoodie, which is we call the unhappy hoodie, and then she looks like a worm. I think she was like a wheeze, like a greyhound face sticking out.
Poor baby.
Yeah, it is. It's sad. And then she drools a lot and shakes. But when she trembles, like she was trembling on the bed one night, and I have a platform bed and a foam mattress, which is supposed to not really transmit too much movement. And Tony's like, that's BS. I go, because you have never adjusted it. You're right. Yeah.
That makes sense, Jane.
Yeah. It's just, you got to let her kind of like get into that, like half. Yeah. Maybe I should try see, every time I want to give her like Benadryl, so maybe she would like fall asleep. My husband doesn't believe in drugs of any. I mean, he takes a leave and he'll take Mucinex, but like for some reason he doesn't want medicine. Yeah. Thunder is really bad. Like she starts freaking out about thunder way before we notice there's thunderstorms, so she can kind of feel it from far away.
Right. Aw, my Bella is scared too. She jumps on my lap. So I have Precious on one arm, Bella across my legs. She's laying on the floor by me. She's like my guard dog.
That's nice, though.
Precious is behind my back.
Yeah.
She can hear it, yeah.
And I think it's like, it's almost like the vibrations. More when we had the earthquakes here for like, one day we had 2 earthquakes that you could feel and a lot of aftershocks. The dogs noticed before it happened. I mean, all of a sudden they were like, and then
they can feel it before you do. Yeah, I hear it, something.
Yeah, they jumped up. They were like, relaxing, and then all of a sudden they were like, "What?" And I'm like, oh. And I was like, I really felt that. The first one that was really bad, I was in the supermarket and they blocked the entrance for people to go in, and all the employees left except the cashiers because they wanted us to pay for our groceries. Asshole. I'm sorry. But they
should have took all the people back to
told us to leave as well. But no.
Out the aisles where everything can fall on you.
We were paying and they wanted us to pay and go, not just go. So, I understand they don't want to lose hundreds of dollars, but what about our safety? What if one of those?
They could have said leave your groceries and go. Something. I know that would be, but
Mr. Norton is back. Oh, big head. Well, I didn't realize everybody was being blockaded out and not being let into the store, and I didn't realize all the employees were standing outside, but the checkers. So
Right. Weren't you in the bathroom in the store when that happened?
I was. I had just left, and as I got to the staircase, because it was up a flight of stairs, the manager said, "Excuse me, miss," and he's like running, and he goes, "Did anything fall?" Because he went by the oven area, because they have cooked food. So he was thinking like maybe one of those big
Oh yeah.
racks that they had fell and made the whole shaky noise, and they were like, "No," and I'm thinking that's an earthquake.
Yeah. Right,
Yeah,
Jane?
perfect read, really. Well, I've experienced 2 earthquakes and had weird stories about them, because the first earthquake, I was getting I don't know, should I just say it? I was getting an ultrasound, a feminine ultrasound, and I was in a compromised position with no discernible clothing. I was wearing a paper towel, a paper thing, and the technician ran out of the room. She goes, "That's not right," and she left the door wide open. And I see, and I'm like, "What the hey? What are you? I'm here." And I'm debating: do I run out naked? Do I run out in my pants? Do I put my pants in my underpants and just run? What should I take? It's all going through my head.
I have this vision of you running down the hall with the paper sheet around you.
It was just like a paper shield over my hoo-ha, and and I was like,
"Oh my god!"
And the girl said after it was all over, she's like, "I thought you were bucking the tool," and I go, "I thought you were jamming it into me hard." I was like, "I don't even know what's going on, man." Lord, it was quite an experience.
Really, she told you that.
The doctors were like bugging out, man. They're like technicians, doctors, leaving the patients on the table. Oh man.
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
that was a fun experience, but it's totally memorable. Oh my gosh. It was
Oh, only you, Suzy.
Really? Right as it was like happening. Crazy.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Teresa says, "Stop." Oh my god. Hey, Anitra.
Hi, Nietzsche. Happy 4th to you.
Happy 4th.
Yeah, wow. That was a funny story for me.
That was funny.
I mean, there were 2 technicians, the one operating the computer, like when she split and left the door open, and the other one was like, "What's that?" And I go, "Did a truck crash into the building? It was an earthquake." And it was like, anyway, but it was all going through. Time started going in slow motion in a way. Like, what do I do now? Because it would have been sad if I ran out naked. Let me tell you.
Hey. I think it'd have been kind of funny.
Yeah, I could just imagine holding the paper in the front of my clothes.
Look at that lady. Where is she going? She has no clothes on.
And then if you ran outside, it was an office. It was like a medical complex, but they had sold some offices to like insurance brokers, and I'm like, oh. Anyway, that'll never happen. I mean, I don't know that it'll never happen again, but I doubt it'll ever happen again.
Yeah, that seems like a once in a lifetime kind of thing. But it's you, Suzy.
And the YouTube. Yeah, but who wants to film that?
Right. You tripping, Anitra. Same time. Although, thanks to Lindsay, and I had it scheduled for 1:30.
2:30.
I guess I didn't. Well, it was 1:30 my time, because I have to schedule it for my time. And I didn't realize, I guess I didn't touch the time, so it stayed. So it said 2:30 for Eastern, but I hurried up and went in and fixed it. Oh, and Jennifer, I just did my live for tomorrow, and I don't even know who's on, so now I have to go send them an email. Let's see, who is on tonight?
I'm wondering how friendly the Amish.
Oh, Mark and Randy.
What do you think about Amish neighbors? Are they going to be nice? Can I invite them over to barbecues? Do you think they're going to? What if I play the radio?
but no to the barbecues. I don't know. Maybe they might.
I swear I hear fireworks now. Why? Maybe it's just firecrackers.
Well, sometimes little kids go in during the day and do them. But I could see our church fireworks from home, so I'm probably just
That's
going to
nice.
see you. We usually stand outside for the last 2 years, but we used to go. But
There are some
like
on the high peaks of a couple of the mountains around where we're moving. There's overlooks. I'm wondering if you could see fire. I once saw fireworks from above the fireworks when I was
nice.
driving on July 4th. Over the Delaware River, there's something called Hawk's Nest, and it's a total zigzag ride up a mountain. And there's places to pull off and enjoy the view. And I saw fireworks below me, so I thought that was a really cool vantage point, not advantage, but maybe it was an advantage.
Nice.
It was cool, very cool.
Yeah, I have to send them an email, Teresa.
Mark and Randy.
They probably didn't send me an email like, "Where's the link?" I'll send it after the show.
So is anybody actually going to barbecue? We don't want to.
I told my husband I would barbecue, but he says it's too hot.
I have these hot dogs I don't even like.
Well, maybe if you put them on a grill, they wouldn't explode.
It's okay. I mean, I eat one hot dog anyway. What's the difference? Yeah, that's true. But I mean, every time I've seen a horse and buggy go by, I've waved, and they wave back usually. I mean, if I'm on the street and I wave, they wave. So We'll see. I mean, if I'm in my front yard and they go by, they'll know I'm their neighbor.
Right. Once they see you continually.
They don't usually like to mix with the English, they call us, because they're kind of German.
Is there like a sometimes they have like, I know in Tennessee they have like the little store or whatever.
There's down the road, there's a creamery that sells fresh milk in bottles and fresh made yogurt, and they have a stand in town, and the Mennonites are actually working it, and they have fresh ice cream and hamburgers. And then they make great food. And then there's like a kind of, they have a area where they sell some meat in the next town. So they're making money if they can afford to build structures and operate. But
I'm about to take my medicine.
It's really a beautiful, that little the little ice cream / hamburger stand has picnic tables outside with like gorgeous florals everywhere, like
nice
things out of lots of pots of flowers. It's so pretty. I mean, it's like shockingly pretty. I mean, it dresses up the whole neighborhood. So it's really, really nice. Actually, I don't know. I'm a little bit of a New York City snob, I suppose. I mean, we went to a pizzeria in a whole different town, and it was so fancy, and I was shocked. I was like, "This is nice." I mean, I'm like saying, and I'm like, "What do you expect?" I expect the vinyl plaid tablecloth and the napkin dispenser, not real fancy service, because I'm a snob. I'm not a snob. I mean, like, I'm really I prefer sometimes the picnic table restaurant, because.
But Tony prefers the other version.
He likes to have, I think at least plastic utensils, but
he likes real.
He says to me, "Can I eat in a place that has utensils, please?"
Poor baby.
And I'm like, and he's
like an adult.
I mean, I really eat such small portions. If we're in, I sometimes I'll eat half a hamburger. I'm not really a big eater. I can eat a lot during the day if I spread it out, but like at one time, it's a half hamburger. That's all. So, anyway, oh well, I mean, I'm ancient, so yeah, they were they were new when I was a kid. So my local, when I lived in New York City, the local pizzeria was around since before I was born. And I remember asking my mom, we were in a store next door to the pizzeria. I said, can I have a quarter for a slice of pizza? And she used to give me a quarter.
Water.
And I would reach up and put it on the counter. And he would hand me this big slice coming down. It was like as big as my head. And it was nice. And it always seemed so good. But yeah, there's plenty of old ones. And the other day, someone was starting to ask me to go to New York City, and I stopped before it came out. And I said, do not ask me to go into Manhattan between at all. I mean, no, I will not drive into New York City. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, we have a lot of fast food, like chain pizza places. There's one pizza place in like around where my booth is, where my sister lives, and it's really good. But they also have good other stuff. But that's the only pizzeria kind of thing that I know of. Other than that, like Papa John's and what is it? Little Caesars, that kind of stuff.
Little Caesars has that crunchy crust, which is good. We don't even have that they don't have that in Pennsylvania. We had that here for just a couple years. But it didn't taste like pizza to me. It just tasted like a good.
No, their cheesy bread, Italian cheesy bread is good.
You know, if I'm going to go to a pizzeria like a chain pizza, I might as well just get a Freshetta or a DiGiorno. In the supermarket, it tastes to me like it tastes really similar. I don't know.
My kids love that meat lovers pizza. I just don't like it. It's just too much. I prefer some veggies in addition to
I think the big boy wants to go out.
Oh, you better go take him.
I don't know. I better.
Big boys make big poops.
Yeah, well, I saw him go out, I think, twice. You want to go outside? But if he's... I have also seen
You're
him
taking
not...
us with you.
I've seen him not... Yeah. I've seen him not go out, and then the aftermath isn't pretty. For me.
Yeah, I like to do that too, Jane, but I haven't done it in a long time. Now, Susie's been making homemade pizza.
I do. I have been, but honestly, the Freshetta is probably better. But I packed away my KitchenAid, and my dough hook. I make better pizza when I have a dough hook instead of me just slapping it against the counter. Overcast, hot and humid.
It is good, Anitra. The Walmart one is good too. Now, don't buy the Aldi's. That is disgusting.
Well, the Costco one is pretty good, but
that's what I use to make my. I have the recipe for the best schoolhouse yeast rolls. And if anybody wants it, I'll be happy to send it to you. I'll share that recipe. I got it off the internet, but it is so good. It makes the soft little bread rolls, and then they stay soft. Like even the next day, I put them in Ziploc bags. It's so good.
I really, I should have just insisted that. I think my husband put my KitchenAid in the attic, and when something goes in the attic, it's going to stay in the attic till we move. I'm guessing. Wow, I'm getting out of. I feel like I just got over that bronchitis. Like I'm only coughing every other day now.
All right, Anitra.
Take care, Anitra. But I get out of breath easily.
Yeah, that stuff stays with you for a while.
Wow. Yeah, when I was walking around that property, the realtor said, "Are you out of breath?" And I'm like thinking, I was coughing up. I almost want to say a lot. I mean, I was coughing. Yes, that was the first day I wasn't coughing like every minute. Yeah, definitely. Well, the attic in the new house is also like the attic here. Like it's up in a hole in the ceiling, which means I will never go into it. Because if there's no staircase into an attic, I am not going to. I hate heights. I don't even like wearing wedge shoes. That's the kind of reason. I mean,
y'all can't put one of those pull down ladders on it.
he could if he wanted. He might not.
Those damn things are expensive though. But
he everything is so expensive. We really should get the mini splits that heat and cool because they run on oil heat and that's expensive. So I told him we need solar panels and the mini splits so we can make we can juice up our electricity with that. Maybe they could put them on the garage and not the house. That would be nice. Or maybe he says we have a lot of acreage. I could put them in the field, but they'd probably end up being where I want to look. And nobody wants to spoil that view. You want to see the sheep and the mountains. Anyway, it's like I almost can't believe we got a house with that view. Of course, we don't live in the view. And my mother always pointed that out because you don't live in the view. And I'm like, I might. I'm kind of a shut-in. Being able to see like a pretty landscape is nice.
It is.
They expanded the dining room window so that it's a dining area room, kind of. It's kitchen adjacent. So like, you can sit there in the winter and have coffee and look out at it. It would be nice. It'll be a nice fall. You should come in the fall.
You can do your lives from that window. Or you can do the lives from that platform. Make us all jelly.
I don't know if we have if we'll have internet service from there, but that would be kind of cool. I really want to upgrade because
Debbie. Shit.
Well, I'm going to tell you, like, even though I admire their work ethic and I admire their family ethic to some extent, they have strange customs and they don't teach anything about, I'm going to say sex ed doesn't happen. They don't even teach them the names of the body parts down there. So I've heard that sheep abuse has happened, and I've also heard that occasionally other kinds of abuse have happened. And they don't even, when they get their periods, they don't even know what's happening. They think they're dying sometimes because the mothers don't sit them down and say, when you get to be a certain age, you're going to have whatever they call it. Aunt Flo is going to come and make a visit and, come and talk about it. Right. They have a thing where when they meet a person that they're expecting to marry, their kinds of dates are so strange. Like they'll be in a group setting, which is fine, but they actually have like a bed with a board, a piece of wood blocking each side of the bed, thinking that nothing will go on. And you're supposed to spend the night with your future husband that way. Crazy to me. So weird. If you watch a lot of these, the people who have left like Amish life and they talk about it. Mm-hmm. And one girl was saying like they had promised her they did an arranged marriage with like a way older person and she just didn't like it at all. And she left. And I was telling you about other people that got excommunicated just for reading an English Bible. So, I mean, yeah, they have pros and cons, but when you drive down the road and you see like all the dresses on the clothesline and you kind of know Amish. Oh, no electricity going to that farm, Amish.
Yeah. I don't know. I like to hang out my clothes. That's one thing I'm going to tell them. If you got to move my clotheslines, do not destroy them. I want them. I have like ancient clotheslines in my yard.
Yeah. Except with the Mennonites, the kind of transitional Amish people, the women do a lot of. I mean, they're allowed to have businesses. Like they'll do. I mean, some of them will do like kind of cottage industries like baking pies and baked goods, and some do like they'll sell their quilting, which I hear is quite good. But yeah, I mean it's not. But everybody's uneducated. They only go from 1 to 8, and it's. I mean you can't learn a whole lot. And the person teaching you is someone who just graduated. Most likely, it's a woman who just graduated from 8th grade. So the teacher has an 8th grade education teaching everybody in like a one-room schoolhouse. We passed by the local schoolhouse and there were sheep outside of it.
It probably looks like something off a Little House on the Prairie, huh?
There's a lot of sheep in that area. And I'm wondering kind of why. I mean, like I know people eat sheep, but I wonder if it's for the wool.
I was going to say, don't they probably...
Maybe they sell it.
Spin the wool and stuff.
They're looking for ways to make money all the time. So, I mean, they've done really well. Yeah. When we went to that ice cream parlor, a van pulled up, and all the Mennonite women, they wear dresses down to their ankles, but they had like bags, like little pocketbook, like everybody had teeny tiny pocketbooks, and one girl had the poppet with her phone in her hand, and it just seemed so strange. They all had like the little white bonnets, and she's walking around with her. So,
that church that always gives stuff away here, and they had some little women who had the little bonnets and the long dresses and stuff that cleans the church, and they're the only ones I've ever seen here. It's like the same little family.
Jane mentioned, she said the more affluent ones use zippers. They actually were talking, and the Penn Dutch that are more in Lancaster did an interview with somebody that I watched, and they said that this is so weird to me, but they think that certain details on clothing is vanity. It's like they're really not, they don't want anybody to be vain, so they feel like zippers are fancy, and you're vain if you have fancy stuff. So some of them don't even like buttons. What they do is they use like hook and loops, and I'm like, Tony said, I think that's better. I'd like a hook.
Well, Suzy, just pull all those buttons off and put some hook and loop on there for that man.
And then some of them wear like 2 suspenders, and some only wear like 1 suspender. And I'm like, it's insane. It's crazy. It's a little crazy. The ones near us are considered the most strict, with the yellow top buggies and the white top buggies are really strict.
Wow. Jesus don't like fancy folks. So Jennifer says they take them to market to sell for food. Not all sheep are used for wool. True.
Yeah. Well,
maybe they do some trading between other families who have, like, some have sheep, some have cows, and
Tony doesn't like lamb, or mutton. I mean, he really doesn't. He doesn't even want to go to a restaurant that sells it a lot. He doesn't want to smell it. He has like a real aversion. So I don't know, but I'd like to trade blueberries for something, since I don't know what we're going to do with all these blueberries. He goes, I'm not going to sit by the side of the road selling blueberries. I hope you know that. And I'm like, nobody sits there. You put them out and people take them or don't take them. And then you put the little, box, like you put it, you attach it to a pole, and you hope for the best. You hope people are honest. And he said, people got to steal the money and steal. I'm like, we're too.
People do that here, and they do it with honey here. You pick them for them. I'd be afraid people would go in and mess up your plants, though.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like, I would rather, like, the lady who lived there, she said, like, the guy, she never mentioned what she does with the blueberries, but I mean, like, how she gets, I mean, like, I would like
pick the brain when she gives y'all the tour thing.
I mean, I would let some neighbors if they pick all the berries and give me half, I'd be happy right now. But yeah, I mean, it's only 70 plants. It's like 3 long rows. And I'm not saying only, it's obviously, I think 4 plants would be enough for me and Tony, but So yeah, we're gonna have a surplus. I mean, I feed blueberries to my dogs every day, so I put them in the freezer.
Hey, Brittany.
Brittany, hi Brittany. Yeah, I mean, I I I have two very hairy dogs. I would have to do it like in the basement or something. I'd have to have a different kind of kitchen, like that's not in the main living area, because I would just be so. I mean, I think to do it in anything other than a roadside stand, you would need to get the Board of Health to come and give you um, an okay. I'll make jam for myself though. I was watching how people make it. Sometimes they basically just put the blueberries in a pot. They add a little
Mhm.
sugar. They add some lemon juice. They squash half of the berries, and that's it. You let them cook.
Don't you have to put a little pectin in it to keep them?
You don't really. I don't know. They were saying it just
I
works.
didn't know, like, to keep them fresh. Yeah, and you could freeze.
I'm freezing. I'm going to freeze. I'm going to get a freezer. It's going to be loaded with blueberries.
Sorry, honey, we don't have any meat today, but we got blueberries
I imagine that
and asparagus.
they're gonna get. Oh, well, I don't. They had so few asparagus plants that I don't know. I mean, like, we'll probably have like, honey, you get 2 asparagus, I get 1 tonight. I don't think there's a lot. Probably not.
How does that work in the winter, though? Do they like die off in the winter and then sprout back up?
Yeah, they're like that. They're like any bush that would do that. Hey, Cheryl.
Hey, Cheryl.
Cheryl Bonjean Gem. The Bajan Gem. I have to say it. Yeah, he just said that. My husband was saying something about the smoothies. He goes, "How about I just make a smoothie? You don't have to make anything." I'm like, her asparagus only puts out 2. See, like, so they had about 6 plants, so I expect to get like 12 asparagus.
Well, that could be one meal for you and Tony.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
definitely. I know Jamaica. I don't know how. Didn't it hit them last night? I don't know how they survived because it was pretty bad. It's like a category 4.
Mm.
And then it's eventually going to end up where they're predicting is Brownsville, Texas at the end.
I was going to say it's probably going to end up in my backyard, and then I won't sell my house.
No, it's supposed to go to Brownsville, but it's headed to the Caribbean now, and then it'll go through the Yucatan and all that. So yeah, prayers for everybody that's in the path.
I'm going to jump back to the house. The people that own the house, she had a gorgeous silver and turquoise necklace on her dressing table area, and he had a telescope, and he had astral photography shots in his living room, and they had musical instruments everywhere. And I go, they sound like us. These people, we like music. I mean, Tony plays music, and I like jewelry, and I like photography. And I'm like, they like all the stuff we like. I'm sorry they're moving away. I mean, I'm glad they're moving away because they get their house. But, maybe they're moving down the road. That'll be nice. They seem like people we could talk to about stuff.
Right.
Anyway, we have a zero-turn tractor-type lawnmower. And I don't know. They're leaving some stuff for us to use, which is good. But anyway, really yeah. So what's up? Are you gonna make July 4th food? What is July 4th food? I usually put strawberries and blueberries and whipped cream on a plate, and I'm like,
well, I think what pops in my mind is barbecue, but it's so hot here you can't barbecue unless we do it in the oven. But then the house gets so hot, so I don't know. Garrett's like, "What are we gonna do today?" Well, yesterday I'm like, I kept aggravating him. He was sitting on the sofa watching TV, and I'm like, "Garrett, what are we gonna do tomorrow?" And then I went, "There's no snacks. There's no nothing." And I kept on. He goes, "Woman, if you don't stop."
What did you say? There's no sex? What did you say?
Snacks. Only you, Suzy, would think of sex.
I think of it from time to time. I am a human being. I mean.
Right. I told him I would barbecue. Snacks, right? Snacks.
My ears are they're still
Well,
conducted.
I may
They're
say
still
it a
uh,
little different.
I'm blaming it on the bronchitis and the upper respiratory thing. Because she said I had fluid behind my eardrum.
Right.
Okay, so Cheryl
No.
heard the sex.
All right, snacks. No sex, snacks.
Well, sex is okay if it occupies you for a while. I mean, however you do it, I don't care.
We have too many people in the house to even worry about that.
They probably think about it once in a while too.
We'd have to go rent a room somewhere, probably. Oh, shit, I'm too old.
That's funny. Go in the car. Yeah. But I know, quite frankly, I'm so old at this point. It's not the same. We're like different people. The last 15 years really changed us.
Right, Debbie?
At least it occupies you for a while. Look, what else can you do that's free? You can go take a walk. You could make love. I don't know, something.
Right.
There's not a whole lot that's free. And some people it's not free, but at least, at this point.
Right. How soon can you do the second hip, Jennifer? Like, how long do you have to wait?
Are they making?
I know my husband's knee, they made him wait a year.
I was waiting for you to answer us because I said, how is it?
Yeah. Does your knee feel better since you're probably walking more normal?
Is she walking more normal yet? That's what we should ask.
2 months? Okay. Because, usually sometimes because you're walking off because your hips hurt, then it causes your knees to hurt. Yes and no.
It would. I know it's probably like weird to think, but would they ever do a knee and a hip on the same day? So you could just have pain and get it over with? No?
No. Mm-mm. Some doctors will do both knees at one time and some won't. And I think they didn't do both of his knees because he's such a big man that they didn't want, like he needed his other knee to be the good knee for them to do the other one. That makes sense.
I would want a combination surgeon and plastic surgeon so that they could sew me up in a way that would diminish the extra stuff I have down there. Why are you looking at me like that? I meant like I, have a little bit of lipo, tuck.
Oh, well.
If I was having a hip
lift, you want to add all that.
On a butt lift, it's the same.
But I think a lot of times they won't do that, not during a hip or a knee.
I know that when they did breast surgery on me, she said we can do a plastic surgeon right away. And she's like, but it's going to cost a lot of money. And I was like, screw it. I'm not going to pay.
Right.
At the time, I thought, we'll see what happens. I mean,
Garrett said that when he had his knees done, that was the best thing he could have done. Now, his brother had one done and swore he'll never have to. He had so much trouble. He said he would never have the other one done.
My neighbor had them both done. And now that it's a year later, she's happy she did it. But she said at the time, she was really regretting. You get like,
right.
You have buyer's remorse or something. Because it's like, you're like, why did I put myself through this?
Yeah. I mean, he didn't take pain pills. He said that, except during therapy, he said that his knee immediately felt so much better.
Do you think they gave him the nerve block thing that he didn't feel the pain for a couple days?
They left a thing in for that last a week, but even after that,
cool.
And this doctor used the ice machine. He gave him an ice machine to bring home. He had the thing that bends your knee, and each day you move it, or each couple days you move it a certain degree more. So for an hour, twice a day, it moved his knee back and forth, back and forth. It was a big machine because I had to lift it and pick it up. And then you put your knee in it and it just goes back and forth. And then at so many days, you turned it up and then it went bent even more.
My brother had knee surgery and they made him go to PT before to build up his
Oh, wow.
their muscles. And he said, believe me, you'll thank me if you do the work now versus after the fact. So
Yeah.
anyway, I thought that was
Well,
pretty.
this is, they put something in the knee joint that they last for a week. And then he had to wear a bracelet, whatever it was. I don't know if it was a block, but he had to wear a bracelet for that week because it affects some other meds, emergent meds, if you needed some emergent care or something.
Isn't it feel nice sometimes when you have like chronic pain and then all of a sudden, like
Right?
I was on a pain med for the last surgery I had, and I actually thought, I know this is weird, but I feel like I could dust. And I was, they're telling you to lay down, and I goes, I actually, this is like kind of like
Right.
my body doesn't hurt in every joint today. So
Right.
anyway, sad. So my friend, I had a friend who literally said that she wanted the doctor to prescribe pain meds for like once a month so she could do a deep clean. It's like, okay,
Right.
that's not gonna happen.
Exactly. Yeah, some people do go to rehab, kind of skilled care after if they don't have anybody to help them. Sorry. It's looking for it's my alarm looking for my sensor is telling me to take it off because it's not working. No crap.
So how,
I just
I know, like, so it's, you just got it, it's not functioning. Will they give you another one?
Mhm.
Or okay.
Well, my first one I put in, I kept scanning it and it kept telling me to rescan in an hour. So it wasn't working. Then finally it said take it off. So I did that and then I used my next one. Well, I can't fill it again until the 11th. So I called them and they overnighted me one. And I ran into the bathroom door this morning, like a little too close, and it pulled it off. I had it on for one night. Well, you better use it, Jennifer, because if you fall, honey, you're going to mess up everything they did.
There you go. The nurse is talking. Listen to the nurse.
Yeah, the doctor told my mom. I said, she like stumbles sometime, and I said, she needs a cane. And she goes, no, I don't. I walk faster than her. And he says, okay. He says, you don't need it till you need it. He said, just like wearing a seatbelt. You might wear it every day
Right.
and you don't need it. Hey, Jessica, how's your daughter, hon? And he said, you need that seatbelt. You don't need it really, but you wear it every day until you need it. And he says, if you fall and break something, he says, if Dawn falls, she'll probably bruise something. If you fall, you're going to snap it. And he said, so you need to use the cane in unfamiliar areas. So he says, I consider Walmart an unfamiliar area. Your house, you know your house. So, but she won't. And he says, you probably, if you break something, you will not be here the next year to talk about it.
Oh.
Yeah, I heard that, Jessica. I hope she's okay.
So I'm sorry. Debbie is encouraging her to do the bad stuff, and you're encouraging her to do the good stuff. And she fusses on you to be, to follow your diabetic diet.
I know.
And
Jennifer,
then you're fussing on her to use. I mean, look,
I know. Jennifer used the damn cane.
but it's true. If you know.
I'm going to use the one clenching the teeth. Use the cane.
I fall because I sometimes, I don't know, I'll step on something I shouldn't step on, and then I realize I'm stepping on it, and then I try to correct myself, and then I fall.
Okay, Wawa's is really an unfamiliar place, Jennifer. You can stumble in the parking lot.
Someone can bang into you because they're in a rush to get their sandwich or something.
Or their milkshake.
Really? Yeah, I mean, I worked in nursing.
And they usually say, like, especially men, elderly men, if they break their hip, they won't be here the next year. They will die within a year. And that's statistics.
There was a woman who was living in the nursing home that I worked at, and her daughter came, and she said she was 94, taking care of her house, taking care of going shopping, driving. She was alert, and she fell, broke her hip, and she got dementia. It like just came out. And she says, unbelievable, split second, kind of like weirdly.
Wow. Yeah. I've been using my cane because I've been stumbling. Like this morning, I could barely walk. So when I get up in the morning and can't walk, then that bothers me. Like the other morning, I just started crying. I'm like, I feel like, and Garrett's like, stop it. But it's real in my brain, you know? So I'm checking to see if my labs are finally in. You see, Quest will put, if you had 10 labs done, they will put them out as they get them. LabCorp will not put anything out until all of your labs are done. And it still says no labs are there because they won't put them until they're all there, which really ticks me off. So he's testing me for all my gamma globulins again, my IgG, IgAs, and myasthenia gravis.
What's GABA globulin? Is that
so? It's like your
no? Is it different from?
It's like your immunoglobulins kind of things. So there's IgA1, IgG. All right, I took it off. Okay. Stop it. I know it ended. I'm trying to stop it. Anyway, so I'm just anxious to find out and then he's sending me to a neurological eye doctor, a neuro eye doctor.
I never even had heard of that.
Globins only come in Halloween.
The goblins, globins.
Right. So like there's IgA, IgG, IgA1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I don't know. So he did that. Because I had one that was really low and then it got a little better, but he's checking them again. And checking for myasthenia gravis. So, which is because of my weakness, my leg muscle weakness. And sometimes I feel like I can't lift my arms by the end of the day. I
knew 2 women who had myasthenia gravis, and it's not a very common illness. And
no, it's not a pretty disease either.
And I said, how did you know you had it? And she just said, I kept stumbling over my feet. And, otherwise she was very fit. And,
a very common thing is their eyes droop.
She had a little bit of a droopy eye.
Yeah.
Happening. Yeah.
I think I just have the normal aging droop, but
I don't know. I think that anyway, I like wearing the glasses because I have like a deep set area here and I feel like it sits kind of right behind. I don't know, maybe I'm fooling myself, but I feel like if I ever got my eyes fixed, I think I would miss the hide and go seek of the face. I mean, I feel like I look 10 years older without my glasses. Because I start seeing my grandmother and my mother in my face.
Maybe you see that, but other people don't.
I don't know. I feel like it's a big change.
I feel like my appearance is better without, but because my eyes are so dry, it's hard to wear contacts.
If you have issues with your eyes, no matter what, it pays. I mean, my mom's eye doctor used to say, wear as big a glass as you could stand to wear, because like the wind can kick something up and it'll be very protective. And she just said, yeah, really, Jane? I feel like I was really favoring my dad until recently. And now I kind of see both of them in me. I know I'm not adopted. But meanwhile, they're not even alive, so it wouldn't matter.
Well, my sister looks more like my dad. I look more like my mom.
Well, I never looked like my brother at all. And I feel like until recently, and now we're kind of like meeting in the middle, sort of.
Jennifer. She said the only boy in her yard is her boyfriend, and he don't like other boys in the yard.
That's,
I guess not, Jennifer.
I think that would be true.
Jessica, is your daughter a little better? I know you said they sent her home. We're praying for her, hon.
I got a message. You got the message too.
Yes, yeah. So I was reading.
Okay. Whoever sent the message, have a great day.
Yes.
I would like to go thrifting, which is the stupidest thing, because maybe I should just drop the stuff that I have collected for the charity place. Whoa. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it's going to happen. How is this move going to happen without me having a breakdown? I have breakdowns, like, easily. I flip out. And I feel like I didn't get to go to the doctors I wanted to go to.
Oh, wow, Cheryl. She said she looks so much like her mom. Her sister said if anything happens to her mom, she don't know if she could stand to look at Cheryl.
Oh, well, maybe she'll take part in the fact that you do look like your mom.
Right.
Aw.
Well, you know, my sister always told me I was for the milkman. Because, you know, we used to have Mr. Willie would come to our house and go, Mr. Willie, and he'd walk in and put the milk in your refrigerator. And she said, you're for the milkman. Well, I don't look like my dad, but, you know, she does. What's up with that? Is Mr. Willie my dad? No, I'm just teasing, Mom. If you're watching, I'm just teasing.
They used to tease my mom about my brother. They used to say he didn't look like my dad. So they thought the mailman did it.
Mm.
I know my mom, and she might inadvertently flirt, but yeah, she wasn't. She was really. She's a very old-fashioned kind of one man kind of person.
Yeah, we used to have Mr. Willie. He was the Borden's milkman, and he would come through the backyard door. He'd just walk in the house, put the shit in the refrigerator. You know, you'd make your order, and the next week he'd bring it, put it in the fridge.
Did you ever see the show where they do genetic tracing and family history and ancestry searches? And then they did Julia Roberts and Edward Norton, and they have them turn the page and turn the page and turn the page. And then they lay out their whole entire family tree when they're done. And it's really fascinating. It was very interesting, you know.
Oh, yes, Teresa, go, run.
Free coffee.
Yeah.
That's good. I know you guys love coffee. I mean, I'm drinking coffee as I say that, and I'm like, I'm not that into coffee, but yeah, I have like 3
Thomas made
glasses
me some iced chocolate coffee.
I've been icing my regular standard coffee now. I'm off the chocolate milk, but I'm eating carbs.
Well, you being
I'm just shaking my head.
I know why Thomas is hanging out. He wants to go to 50 Cent Day
Go.
at the diamond store.
What time is it?
Open.
But I don't know if they may be open because
Thomas, call them.
They're not local people. How can I put that nicely?
Are they from a different country? You could
yes, they are. So I don't think that would matter to them. Right. That it's the 4th. I don't mean it in an ugly way. I'm just saying they're not from here, so they don't celebrate the 4th.
Right. It's
maybe.
Okay. People immigrate to our country.
Everybody, Thomas's birthday is tomorrow.
Happy birthday, Thomas. And tell him to call the place and see if they're open.
Right? It's called...
Hey, Norton. You got in by yourself. I let you out and you're in. Come here, baby dog. Use your baby dog. Oh.
How old are you going to be, Thomas?
32.
Oh, 32.
32.
When you have to ask your children how old they are.
Come on.
It is what it is, right?
Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss, baby. Give me a kiss. Come on. Come on. He's like, no. Do you see the tail? He doesn't want me touching him lately. Oh.
Come on. Maybe you aggravate him.
No, because I've been brushing him so much because he's been shedding. There's still... I vacuum like every day now and brush them, and it's insane. I never this is the biggest. I want to call it a molt. I know it's a shed, but it's like blowing a coat or whatever they call it.
My oldest is going to be 30.
Are you going to come up?
They just made 39.
Here.
No, 30.
Come
I
on.
don't know.
Yes.
They were born in 85. Figure that out, Jane.
Hey, my baby. There's my booby.
Aw.
You're so
Not good.
He's a cute boy.
Bye, Jessica.
Bye. Don't you want to be on TV?
Aw.
This is TV. He's missing his 5 minutes.
She's going to see Jeff. Jeff's a nice guy. Is it Jeff Crumpler?
Oh.
Oh, Jennifer,
Aw.
I'm sorry, honey. Mine too.
Mine too. You're talking about the puppy? Oldest? Or oldest? Oh, oldest child. Sorry.
Yeah.
He's panting. You hear it?
No, I hear him. He just came in.
Yeah. Oh. I couldn't. Yeah. It's sad.
It is.
I wanted kids, but it didn't happen. Sad, right? I know it's.
Yeah.
People used to think that having like miscarriages isn't like a big deal.
Yes,
like,
it is.
I'm thinking, it is a big deal. It's a very big deal. And to some people more than others, especially depending on how far along you are.
Right.
And I said to you, I was grateful mine happened within the first trimester.
Right.
But it's,
right. Well, it's a loss no matter where.
Because in your mind, you're going to the place like, I'm going to be a mom, maybe. And
right.
I did.
I lost my 4 babies. They lived a while. My oldest would have been 41 this year.
Oh.
And their birthdays were in June. Well, 2 of them anyway. But it's like, losing a baby, you miss the future.
Right.
Losing an older child, you miss those dreams plus your future. And you miss different things, but it's a loss no matter. It's part of your heart that left.
And I know that you adopted, and even some of them have kids and stuff. And it's nice. I told you, like, I used to like to do goo to babies in the stores. And now I feel like I don't want to get attached. I feel like it's so weird for me because I feel like, I don't know. I used to kind of say like, I don't want to love a baby because I didn't have babies, and it's weird.
Yeah. Well, it's like even adopting the kids, there was still this need. Like they were older children, and I love them, and I can't remember life without them. But there was always this need for a baby, to fulfill that part. And after we got Sean, because he was 6 months old, but he was like a 3-month-old because he had so much stuff going on. And it was like, I'm done. I was like, no more. He fulfilled that need quick. Exactly. A loss is a loss. And the only thing that helped me was this support group for parents who lost kids, and we would go and, people couldn't understand, why do you keep going to that and bring it up? But those people understood, and like Garrett's brother never understood. Like he would go, why don't y'all come here? Because he had something. And I'm like, we're going to it was a memorial, and they put pictures of your child and you held a candle. And I said, Christmas morning, what do you have when you wake up? He goes, well, I have my kids. And I said, what do we have?
You have each other.
Well, that shut him up quick. People don't understand, because they would be like, I can't believe you're having another baby after that, and it's like, But yet you have 4 children telling me that, and maybe this one is the one that's going to work, but people, I used to hate when they say, oh, I understand. No, you don't. And I finally started telling them that. I'm like, you have no clue. And once you tell them that, because nobody can tell you they understand unless they've walked in your shoes.
It's true that it is true. I mean, I would never. I can, and everybody takes things differently too.
Mm-hmm.
And some people
Right.
find comfort in the catharsis of sharing your story with other people, and some people are closed up and they don't
Right.
ever want to think about it again.
Exactly.
So
It's
it's
a part of
very,
your heart that goes,
yeah. And
like you said, whether it's a miscarriage, a birth, a stillborn, a older child, it's part of your heart.
and I mean, I've heard it from a lot of people who who have loss, from all stages of loss,
Mm-hmm.
and
And all types of loss,
it is really it changes you for life. And then everybody said, well, you're getting married, you can adopt now. And I thought, I'm not at that. My headspace is not for dealing
Right.
with children now. I mean, I feel like I am a senior at this point. It's not fair to any child that would get raised and perhaps lose me as a young
Mhm.
child. That's kind of
Right.
sad. And I know Jane always says, "Hush, you're gonna live for a long time," but you know, I don't know that. I might, because we just don't know. But I'm too old at this
Yeah.
point. I can't chase after a toddler. I can't pick them up like I could maybe
Right.
20 years ago. And
Yeah.
well, I mean, like a lot of I was kind of late in the game when I started getting the positive pregnancy test. I was like in my, it was 20, it was around, between
Mm-hmm.
24 and 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I was a whole different person. I,
Yeah.
and I was ready for it. I would have, I mean, at the time, my partner's kid had a kid. And he said, why don't we raise the kid if she doesn't want it? And I said, I would be okay with that. And, but she wanted her kid. I mean, she was very young, but she wanted
Right.
it. So,
Yeah. Tears can be good and healing, Jennifer. And sometimes you feel like, oh, I took 5 steps forward, and then you might take 10 back, and it's just a roller coaster. Mine's 41 years ago, and some days I can cry. I'm not gonna cry.
you're saying you're not going to cry as you're crying. Well, hugs to everybody. Yeah, well,
Yeah, it
I've
is.
I've cried about a lot of stuff. I mean, but like, what do they say? Life is this path that's paved with a lot of stones, and you know, sometimes it's smooth and sometimes it's rocky for sure. Yep. Yeah. The tears can come unexpectedly. I literally was, and for me, and moving and the stress of it, I've been crying sometimes for like 5 minutes, and then it's like I snap out of it. Sad. And
Right.
then I think I'm losing my mind because I'm
Right.
sitting here and I'm like crying about stuff. And I can't even sometimes figure out why I'm crying. I'm just crying.
Oh, Jessica, somebody was really nice to you, Jessica. I know Jennifer sent you to Jeff's show. What Jeff is that? Yeah, you're gonna have lots of roller coasters, Jennifer. And Jane, I know you with your recent loss of your
I
husband. I don't know what that is, so I'm not. I mean, I can empathize with you, but
absolutely, it's like everybody takes things, like I said, differently. And my husband lost his last wife, and I saw him cry once, but I used to
yeah.
cry in the shower. I used
Oh
to,
yeah, I do.
But I even once ugly cried, and everybody could hear me.
Oh,
And
I
I'm like,
know.
what's wrong? And I'm like, I'm just very sick.
Oh,
I told my husband that I'm like losing my mind now. And I'm like, I'm losing my mind and forgetting stuff all at the same time. It's really a bad time.
right? He's probably gone. You lost it a long time ago. But no.
Maybe. He said he always liked a little bit of crazy.
Oh, see, y'all meant for each other. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I said I'm just at the point where I don't file movies and television shows in my head anymore. So we can watch the same movie almost every few months. And it's like, I don't remember it, so it's okay. And he's like, did you see this? He's watching a show. I go, I saw this show before I even met you. So I don't remember what happened. So it's okay. We can watch it again.
Wow.
I go, but I know I saw it.
That's funny.
It is kind of funny. And it's kind of sad. Well, at the same time, I'm just hoping that, like if I hope I can remember which roads I took. Some of the roads out there are very hilly, very twisty and turny, and you don't have cell phone coverage. So my nav doesn't work in my car right now. And I feel like I could get very lost very easily in Pennsylvania, in the mountains of Pennsylvania. I'm going to be driving. All of a sudden, the pavement's going to end. I'll be in a dirt road. And I'm like, what am I doing now? I would turn around and go the other way.
Right. I'll watch it later, Jessica.
Okay. I wasn't reading.
Oh, yeah, I do too. And then, look, my husband goes, what are you crying for now?
Huh.
I'm like, I don't know.
Well, I'm crying for your lack of empathy. Okay.
I know.
You should tell him. What are you crying about that?
What are you crying for now?
Yeah. Oh, that's very sweet.
Oh, that's so
Really nice.
sweet.
Really, really nice.
He is a sweetheart. He really is. Oh my God. You see, there's still nice people in this world.
They really are.
That's awesome, Jessica. Very sweet. But Jessica, you deserve it, honey. You in everybody's chat, you always sharing everybody out and being there for everybody. So that's an awesome thing. I saw your little boy's car he made. That was so cute.
Cheryl. Let's pray for Cheryl's husband. I hope everything. I mean, and I hope.
Definitely.
I hope it's better than you're fearing. That's all.
Yes. Prayers, definitely. Prayers for everybody who needs them.
Really, I think that it's like I don't want to single any one person out because everybody has something that they're concerned about and need prayers, kind of thing.
Right.
And if you don't pray, you could still, have thoughts and
good vibes.
Right.
Yeah.
I do feel though, like sometimes if one door closes, another one opens kind of thing. Sometimes I'm just saying as far as like just the karma thing.
Well, I always believe God doesn't close the door not to open another one. It's hard to believe that when you're going through it, but that's just my beliefs.
It happened with the house, kind of like, I mean, literally one day in the day we didn't take the other house, we basically knew we wanted this.
Right. And I know I kept telling you that. I'm like, God doesn't close the door not to open another one. He's got the right house.
You're going to find the house of your dreams. You're going to find it. And I thought, I don't know. I mean, like, I really just thought, sometimes the houses are really nice and the views are bad. And sometimes the views are nice and the houses are bad. Right. Or they're like $1 million too much. Or,
right.
Or it's a beautiful house, beautiful view, and it's in a flood zone.
Right. Oh, I used to not believe that, Jane. Oh my God. When people would tell me that, I'm like, oof. I would say ugly things to them, but it's true. I'm here. I survived. Yeah. Our marriage survived. I mean, I totally believe that now.
When I when I was taking care of my parents and my mom, like my dad had gotten cancer and then he recovered. And then right after that, my mom got diagnosed with cancer. And then I was her primary caretaker and her care manager. And my dad wanted to not be focused on it. So he was working. And then she passed in '04. And then as soon as she passed, like within 6 months, my dad was basically he had a pacemaker, a stroke. And then when he was recovering from the stroke, he found out he had cancer. And then he died the next year. So it was just bing, bang, boom for me. And I just said, the way I dealt with it is I wanted to leave New York City. I just didn't want to be reminded of any of that. And people say, like, they give you what you can handle. I go, I don't know, but I'm so burnt out.
Yeah. But you survived it. And that's the thing. At the time, you don't believe it because you're like, oh, no. But you survive it, I
did survive it. It was so hard. But I mean, I was really like best friends with my mother in a way. Like we saw each other every single day.
Right. And exactly, Jane.
And then I always thought my dad was sickly, like he'll go first. And I don't know why we just all kind of thought that would be the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, maybe his being around, like we were not close. And
right. Jane says you're married and moving to a blueberry farm. With a view, a great view. So, see?
Yeah. My dad and I weren't close, but when I took care of him, we got close. And his last words to me, he never said it ever. I used to say, I love you, Dad. And he'd say, ditto. I love you, Dad. Stop with the nonsense. That's what he used to say. And then right before he passed, the last thing he said to me was, I love you.
Aww.
So it's kind of like, literally touching story.
Right. Exactly, Jennifer. My problem is I give it and I take it back.
No, I told you, I have a hard time. I used to I called it the farmer in the dwell instead of the farmer in the dell, because I would farm these like thoughts in my head over and over. They call it mental hiccups when you keep going back and you can't get past. And I mean, that's when I went on SSRIs. I'm just telling the truth. And it helped me get past stuff. Just to be able to open the next door.
Jane said her husband used to say ditto as a response, just a bugger.
Aren't they fun, these guys?
Hugs, Jessica. Take care. Hope your little girl feels better.
Oh, take care, Jessica. Yeah, I hope everybody feels good. I'm hoping. Well, anyway, that was, yeah. I told that story to somebody that I had a date with. Like I told about my dad had never said I love you till the last words, and he cried when I told him the story, and I thought, that's interesting. And he really wasn't that empathetic. It turned out, but he made a good first date impression.
Too funny.
Yeah, I think some people can be good actors to try to get in, but whatever.
I hear you. Oh my God.
Yeah.
He's being so good.
Ooh. Okay. Norton keeps showing up at the door and stares at me. And he's like, I think Roxy too. Like Roxy sometimes goes around the house looking for me, and she doesn't want to hang out with me, but she just wants to know I'm here. And she sees me, and then she does a U-turn and goes away. But I see her looking sometimes.
Right.
Where are
exactly. You? Yeah.
Well, yeah. My dad's older brother. Was he knew, I don't know what to say. He lived longer than my dad, so he was around, and supposedly, like when it was a long line of men who didn't really cry or have a lot of emotions. My dad lost his mother when he was 4 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And they lived a whole different lifestyle. Like his father had to get a job and support his family. They all slept in one bed. You know, he slept one way and the two kids slept in the other way. And they lived in a family house. So he was raised by his grandmother and an aunt.
Mm-hmm.
And he said they had a miserable poodle that used to bite him all the time. And I said, well, why was he biting you all the time? And he goes, well, I was a kid. I probably teased it. And I go, okay. But yeah, they didn't, he didn't have a whole lot of attention from anybody really.
Mm-hmm.
And then remember I told you there was that flu outbreak and his two uncles died from the flu. And
Wow.
and they were living in the same household, and his grandmother was taking care of them. And then she sat down to go to take a nap after they were taken away, and she passed away.
Wow.
And I'm like, he came home from school to find 3 of his family members he lived with dead. It's, and then he went to war. It's just I think there was a lot of stuff he was processing.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah, he had a really rough road, if you think about it. I mean, he had a pretty good attitude, except he wasn't loving. He wasn't like a very lovey-dovey kind of dad. But, he always, like, when he was facing health issues, he just said, I'm going to go to the doctor. They're going to give me something to take. I'm going to take it and get better. And I'm like, okay, Dad, good.
Yeah. My dad wasn't a very, our family was always huggers, but it wasn't like, oh, I love you, good night, that kind of thing. But he would pass behind you and he'd pinch the back of your neck. That was a way of showing affection,
My dad used to take the fork under the table and tap the prongs in my leg.
Right. It's the little things that,
And then he used to go boom, like he would make it vibrate on the table, and I'd be like, don't do that.
I know, it's the little things.
Yeah, he just loved getting a rise out of me. I think my grandma, she loved me to get a rise. She was also, yeah. That was my mother's side grandmother. She was. I never met my father's parents because his father died young too.
Well, everybody tells me I'm like my dad's mom. She was always not so nice, but she was. It is weird. She just didn't take shit from nobody.
My brother knows I had a very strained relationship with my grandmother, and he always tells me, like, he likes to tell me when he wants to give a little dig, like, he goes, you're just like her. And I'm like,
right.
Yeah, she was a royal pain in the butt and a bitch. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, sorry, true.
Right.
And I'm like, she was such a crab. She lived to 94. And I said, you see, God didn't even want to meet her.
Right.
She was such a crab. But anyway, I guess maybe cranky people live longer. Maybe they keep people stay away from them. They don't catch colds.
Come here.
I feel bad now talking about her like that, but she's
trying. Bella, you stink. It's time for a bath. You stink.
Is it the head or the mouth?
She just smells like dog. She smells like.
That's sick.
Oh my God.
Well, I guess Tony came in and then he left again because Roxy was barking her head off. You always can tell when Tony walks outside.
Oh yeah, that's tough. You want to say hello? Oh, want to say hello? Say hi.
Hello, Bella.
Say hi. Say hi. I don't have any food on my desk, Bella.
Was she looking?
Yeah. You can see it. Ew, you're wet. That's why you stink.
Right.
I hate wet dog. She is a big lap dog, Jennifer. And you see tonight with the fireworks, she'll be laying across my lap. Oh, stop it. Somebody needs to take Bella out.
Every time Norton curls up on Tony's lap. I say, "You traitor!
Go see
You're a
daddy.
traitor!
Go. Go
You're
see
my-"
daddy. You too. Go.
And then my husband says, "I'm more like a dog, so they think I'm one of them." And I'm like, maybe. I don't know.
Oh my God.
He's got the beard. Roxy always grabs it. She tries to bite it all the time. It's
Ew, that's all I smell now. It's wet dog.
yeah.
Her feet were wet. I think that's why she smelled like dog.
It's funny. Yeah, he's like a dog.
Maybe Maria will take her outside today and bathe her. Since it's so hot, she might like that.
Jane, I'm right there with you.
Yes, definitely, Jane.
Do you ever watch movies and then when the dog gets killed, you get really bent out of shape? But like when the people in the scenes go, you're like, but they killed the dog.
Right?
I'm like, well, don't kill animals.
Right. No, but she smelled like, how when
There's
dogs
extra
smell
stink.
just gets very prominent, like,
When,
you need
when it's hot out, I feel like my dog smells like pennies. The copper, that
Well-
kind of copper penny smell. I don't even know why.
Right. Well, it's like I used to tell my kids when they go outside and get all sweaty and come in, I'm like, oh, you smell like a wet dog. Like kids get like that little puppy dog smell when they go out and play. Yes. So maybe Maria, I can talk her into bathing her outside. Oh, that was a funny movie. I know, it made me cry too.
But I've seen. Oh, I was watching some movie in a movie theater, and it was about a dog and a guy and a dog, and they were on some adventure, and the whole movie, this lady was crying. So I don't know if she had seen it and knew the ending, or maybe she just lost her dog or something.
I know.
Hysterical bawling. Did you ever?
But in the beginning, it was so funny when he ate his car.
I used to go to the movies back in the day when it was hot, just to cool off, and we would sometimes sneak into like we'd go to the bathroom and then go into another theater just to cool off some more.
Right. I'm not a movie goer person.
I
like to go to the
I used to go
the picture show.
I used to go once a week, and I love movies. And now I don't want to go. I mean, I want to go to the theater once in a while, but usually I don't. Usually I also don't like once a week series television. I prefer like let it all get released at once and see them, because my attention span is very short and my memory is short. If I don't see one after the other and try to pay strained attention, if I start looking at a movie and I have my iPad on my lap, I start playing solitaire while it's happening and I miss half the stuff. And Tony watches dub movies where you need to read. And I'm like, why did you tell me there were words? Because now I don't know what they said. Ugh. Yeah. Anyway, that's the story of my life. I
don't like to go to the movies.
Now I don't. I don't want to smell perfume or hear people.
I never did. Like I said, I never was. And that was a conflict between me and my friend that we had, because she loved to go to the movies. And I'm like, find somebody else. Go to the movie with a friend who likes to go to the movie. I don't like to go to the movie.
I went to a couple movies by myself. I mean,
she would go by herself. I'm like, this, before we became friends, I do not do movies. Right. Well, we would go to the matinee, so it was a little cheaper, but that still can be expensive.
I always went for the matinee, because I mean, like if it used to be like $4 in the regular movie. Like,
I mean, I used just as soon rent it on Netflix or
now
Prime or something.
Absolutely, now it's so much easier to see things. Did you ever have a Blockbuster when you were younger?
Oh my God, yes.
Well, okay.
Time to rewind.
My Blockbuster was like 5 blocks away, down a hill, up a hill, down a hill, up a hill, and then we used to walk there in the snow. Does it sound like that when your father was talking about? I walked to school 3 miles in the snow, and I'm like, I went to Blockbuster
Right.
in the snow. We got the pass that let you like rent 3 at a time.
Right. And then I would always bring it back late and had to pay a fine.
Oh, we were good about it. But one time I that was when I was
Right.
with my ex.
Well, ours wasn't
let
in
him-
walking distance.
Ours was on a main road, and I let him off in front. And do you know I got a ticket for blocking the bus lane? And they put the date on the ticket, the time of the ticket, like 2 hours after I was even there. And I fought it because we had the Blockbuster receipt that said the time we were in front of the Blockbuster. So I said, look, I wasn't there at this time. They made up that ticket. And I got away with it. So
Yeah.
you can fight City Hall once in a blue moon.
Right.
So
Yeah. Well, ours wasn't in walking distance. So, we had to go to Laplace, which is where my shop is. But
well, everything is walking distance if you try hard enough. But I understand. Yes, some things are
that's
not.
about 15 miles. So, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I could never walk to Pennsylvania, but I could if I really needed to, but I wouldn't. It would take me about a year. So
You can run. It would take you maybe 6 months.
I could hitchhike and I might get there quicker. I also might not get there. So yeah. I've known a few people that like went across the country on bicycles. Weird. I've known 3 people that did it. And they weren't together.
Wow.
One of my neighbors was a woman. She set out when she was a teenager to see California with a bicycle and a backpack. And she said, I slept in cornfields. And I'm like, really? So I said, you're very brave.
Yeah. Don't they have animals that run through cornfields?
If a grasshopper landed on me while I was like sleeping, and I would.
Right.
I can't imagine.
We got sugarcane fields here, so.
Some people are built different than other people. I go outside for 2 seconds and I'm like, there comes the itch. What bit me? I literally walked to get my mail.
Right. I understand that, Jennifer.
Oh, I hear growling.
That was a growl.
What's going on? Who's growling? Roxy. Why
Is that Roxy?
There's Roxy. Oh, I took her to the vet the other day, and there was a puppy. And there was a puppy in the waiting area, and she went over and she went, and she like bit his ear, and what the hell? And the puppy slid it out of its mouth, but I'm like, no.
Well, it was a love bite because if she wanted to really bite him, she'd have bit down. If he was able to slide it out, maybe she was just playing.
In my mind, it when he was pulling back, he had a little resistance. I was like, don't be bleeding, don't be bleeding, don't be bleeding. I was like, oh my God. I mean,
maybe she was just playing.
Yeah. Well, she gets like a little bit, they call it leash aggression, but it's really stemming from fear, they say. Uh-huh. But I don't know. I don't care. It's still bad. Right. It's like this incessant barking, and it's frightening to me. It's just annoying. It's annoying to me, and it's annoying to the people she's barking at.
Right.
She didn't like the people. It was the dog she was barking at.
I hear you.
What are you doing? Why? We said
she's like nothing, Mom. I'm not doing nothing. She shut up while you said that.
I have to go see if there's something happening. What's going on?
Maybe Tony's outside by the door and she wants to go out.
What's going on?
I know she barks like crazy when he goes outside.
I don't understand.
I'm like, I feel hunched over. My Precious is behind me. So I'm hanging off my chair because she's sitting behind me. She's little, but she takes most of the chair because she like spreads out. I should go to my booth today and add stuff, take stuff out. That's what I should do. But I think Garrett wants to do something, so. And it's not often he wants to do something. I want him to go buy a watermelon. Oh my God, I love watermelon. And I've been buying those like little seedless ones from Walmart. And we were in Burger King. I think I told y'all last week where I thought I was going to die in there because there was like a fight between the Uber Eats man and the manager of the Burger King. And they had a watermelon man in the thing. And he go, where's the watermelon man? And they go, he goes, I'm the watermelon man. Why? And you got any of those seedless watermelons? And he's like, well, he says, those ain't made by God. He says, God put seeds in them. He goes, so them seedless ones are man-made. He goes, buy watermelons with seeds in it. Because I think that's what he had, like the big ones, you know. Oh, no, this was bad at Burger King because he came to pick up an order, but the people who made the order canceled part of the order, but she was telling him you can't cancel part on Uber Eats. You have to cancel the whole order. So he started taking what was there. And she says, if you take that, I'm going to call the police and say you're stealing. And he goes, how am I stealing? It's right here. It's right here. And she goes, they canceled the order. And words were flying. She told him to get a real job. He called her the B word. And she says, oh, no.
B
no.
word? Which one? Bible thumper? What? No.
So,
you know, that's a real word. You could say it. I mean, it means female dog.
Oh, he had his watermelon truck in the parking lot. So he was eating in Burger King lunch.
Do you want to know why there was so much commotion going on? My neighbor is outside in his yard and his daughter is giving him a buzz cut.
Oh.
So they've never seen that happen in a yard before. What? So now she's outside barking it.
Oh, Jesus. So yeah, he was eating in Burger King and he wasn't by his watermelon truck. You see, people, they on side the road selling watermelons, strawberries, you know, right? Exciting, Suzy.
It is for dogs, I guess. I mean, okay, so now they have a dog. I have a dog. I don't know. They have they used to have 4 dogs next to me, plus cats. And the people next to them have a dog. There's a lot of dogs. I like that everybody has a dog, actually. Because I feel like, you know, the more barking, the less robbing. Oof.
She said you're not going to have that exciting
Well,
stuff.
we're going to have the clip-clop of the Amish buggies going in front of the house. And I bet they'll bark at that. And there's also going to be sheep and ponies in the next yard. So I have a feeling there'll be a little bit of a commotion. A little bit.
They'll get used to it.
Yeah. But can you imagine? They've never seen a horse.
What is that? It's mighty big.
That dog is huge.
Yeah.
And it has tap shoes.
A big dog.
Because you hear the clip clop, clip clop, clip clop of their. I missed the funny story of the bird.
It was crazy. So Garrett and I got a free pie out of it.
How?
Well, because number one, we waited for the food. So when the manager goes, and this man's been standing here for 10 minutes waiting for his food. Where's his food? So we get the hamburgers and we still don't get our fries. Now he's waiting 10 minutes for his fries. So we got really hot fries. That was the best fries I've ever gotten.
I love fresh fries.
So then later, I mean, she was very unprofessional. I mean, she should have handled it better and not hollering at the people who work there. And anyway, so later she came out and she goes, I'm sorry, y'all. She goes, y'all have been so patient. She says, can I give y'all a pie or something? I'm like, nah. She goes, come on. She goes, it's like a whipped cream, like birthday cake pie or whatever. And I'm like, all right, you twisted my arm. So she brought it. It wasn't really good. It was kind of nasty. But, you know, so at least she apologized. So there was this one old lady in there. She says, Lord, let me get my food and get out of here. Only in Laplace. So some people, the older people call Laplace. Because that's how it was said. Laplace. Lord, girl, only in Laplace. Let me get out of here. I ain't never come back here. So she left. The watermelon man left shaking his head. So... right? She was promoted to, right, exactly. Well, number one, she was on her break when we got there. And the little guy, how can I say? I think he was sort of special needs. And he kept asking her questions. And she said, God damn, I can't even sit here for 10 minutes for a break. And they keep at, and she went on and on and on about that. So she was very unprofessional, but she did apologize. And yes,
Wow.
I told Garrett I'm not going back over there. Never again. Although I did get a lot of points in my fetch.
Over
So
there.
Hey, Johnny.
Hey, Johnny.
I don't know if anybody uses fetch. So it's free money if you scan your receipts. Okay, so you go to the store, buy your stuff, you scan your receipts. Well, certain things you get more points. Regular, no
Okay.
exciting receipts, you get 25 points. Well, when you get to 5,000, you get a $5 gift card or other things you can get. Like my mom got $50 last year in Walmart gift cards.
Nice.
So, but like Burger King had a thing where you got 1,200 points if you spent $20.
That's easy.
Yeah, with 2 meals, that was well over. So I got 1,000 points. So I'm up to like 40.
You got 1,200.
49,000. Like I'm almost to like 50,000. Let's see how many points I got. Oh, I'm sorry, I lied. It's 39,000. But then they'll show you different things that
Did
you get.
Points for Timu? Or
No, but Subway. We ate at Subway the other night, and they threw the freaking receipt away. That was 1,000 points. And then,
I
like,
would go in the trash looking for a receipt.
I did. I looked. Girl, I went through the trash.
I would say, "Yo, give me my receipt. I get points for it." Yeah.
And then it'll give you your online receipts. Like it'll scan your Gmail for receipts, and it'll give you points. Like say Amazon, or it does Amazon. It does Walmart.
It's getting a lot of information from you.
Yeah, well,
it probably tracks.
But if you get people to join, you like they get 3,000, and you get 3,000 points.
Okay, so let me ask you. It's Walmart receipts that count?
Any receipt anywhere.
Really?
Yeah. Like when I get my packages scanned, that little receipt that they give me from the post office, I get 25 points for that. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I wonder why my mom always buys Skittles. All of a sudden, Skittles is her favorite candy. Well, you get 800 points for Skittles.
Oh.
Now I know why she buys Skittles. But anyway, so. And then you can say, there's other apps like Swag Bucks and different things.
Ibotta.
Right. Yeah, any receipt. Right. Dollar Tree, anything. I just have a bad habit so I've been trying when I get in my car, I scan my receipt, because if not, God knows where that receipt goes. So, but yeah, so it's free money, and eventually when you get to I think when you get to 50,000, I forget what it is, but you get you can get a nice gift card.
Okay. I used to do a shopping app that would give me points, and I used to get $50 gift certificates to Macy's. So I was like, I don't really go to Macy's.
You can double dip with this, because you can use the same receipts, scan it on Swag Bucks, and maybe as a Shop Kicks and something else. So yeah.
Wow. Well, then you could be living the life. Okay?
Well, right. Well, if I'd be as diligent as my mom is. And then there's also games that you play, and you can earn points for playing games. That's new on there.
Do they have solitaire? That's my favorite.
See, Cheryl got Dunkin' gift cards. So I think I had got Amazon gift cards for my last one.
That would be for me super useful, because I love Amazon. You always say, you got a package? Was it from Amazon?
Right. Yeah, it's cool. What's up, Johnny? What you doing today?
Where are you, Johnny? Are you in Massachusetts or?
Yeah, I think he's home.
You're home.
And Massachusetts.
I bet he's cooking something good for July 4th.
I bet he is cooking.
Well, I think I'm gonna cook hot dogs, which are
I've been sending Susie and Teresa like Cajun stuff on a thing because Teresa laughs. She says she said something to her husband and her son, and they will laugh. And they go, "What?" And she goes, "Oh, I'm learning Cajun."
I know. I said, well, I say weird stuff anyway, but I'll say "dare" over there, over there.
Yeah, I know. I said something to the dog last night, and when I said it, and I realized, and I said, "Oh, Susie would have a field day with that one."
Turquoise. Over there.
Turquoise.
How's your
You know,
mama know? How's your mama
how's
know?
your mama know? Yeah, how's your mama know? Or I'm gonna pass by. You see, I'm gonna go pass by my mama's in a little while.
Well, aren't you gonna stop?
I'm just gonna. That means I'm going to my mama's. I'm gonna stop and see them.
That's fine. But
Pass by.
when you sent me the one, and the woman was saying we put up our dishes, or
No, we save our dishes. I
You
save
save-
my dishes. I
what do you
save my.
mean? I still don't understand what she meant. It meant putting them in the cupboard.
Yes.
Okay,
I put my clothes in the drawer. I put the dishes in the cabinets.
that's
Yeah.
saving.
Yes.
I save my dishes.
I'm going to save my dishes. Yeah.
I don't get it. All right. I mean, okay, but it doesn't really make sense in my head at all.
But that's how we grew up. You know, Johnny, if you still here, you save your dishes. I save my dishes. Maybe he might not now that he's living in Massachusetts, but we save our dishes. We make groceries.
You make them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to make groceries. We make groceries. We what else we do?
Me too, Jane.
Yeah.
Oh man, we put them away, and we buy
Yeah.
groceries. We
We're
might
gonna
say
make
grocery
groceries.
run, but you also
No.
say the water pipe, right? Hose
Yeah.
pipe.
And
What pipe?
and we do short
Wait,
pants.
Is
long
it?
pants.
Although we say shorts and short pants sometimes, but that makes more sense. But
And then I say blue jeans, and Susie always corrects me and says it's just jeans.
no, we say blue jeans too occasionally. I mean, like, but it's really jeans. And what's a really old fashioned word is slacks. You're gonna put on slack. You don't even know what slacks are. Slacks are pants.
Pants. I know what they are, but that's not what we would say.
Short pants, shorts. I mean, we mostly say shorts, but
I
like,
would say, go put some long pants on.
we do say long pants occasionally, but like, Tony only wears long pants, so there's no. I mean, for him, it's pants.
Yeah.
But
We don't say trousers.
trousers are old fashioned too. Slacks and trousers, dungarees,
Yes.
very.
But I don't say that.
very old fashioned.
Mm-hmm.
But jeans, I think mostly people say jeans.
Yeah.
Blue jeans.
And then sometimes people, you got to figure out, are they wearing long long pants or long short pants?
What about capris? Are they short long pants?
They could be.
Well, what do you
Or they're just capris.
what do you call the hose? Again,
A hose pipe.
a hose pipe. Okay.
It's a hose pipe. Y'all don't say hose pipe?
No. It's a
We
hose.
go to the picture show.
I had friends who said picture show who were Midwest, or sometimes they say we're going to the show. And I go, the show? And he goes, yeah, I like to go to the show. Don't you like to go to the
We
show?
go to the movie show.
And I said, we go to the movies or we go to a show. A show is live action like Broadway.
No, we go to a movie show.
So it's funny. But they also say pop, soda
No.
pop. I know you guys say Coke.
Yeah.
You
You want
"What
a Coke?
flavor?"
Yeah. What kind?
What kind? No, that's kind of silly. And then one guy said if they have Pepsi, we leave. Show
Yeah.
house. That's so funny.
The show house.
Yeah, we used to go to the movies, and if somebody said cinema, I thought, "Are you Canadian?" Yeah. My friend from Montreal used to say cinema. I'm going to the cinema. Like, okay, you go to the cinema.
Yeah.
He also used to say cemetery. He goes, "You Americans have a lot of cemeteries. What a waste of land." And I'm like, cemetery? Okay. But he used to say, do you like the magazine Cosmopolitan? Cosmopolitan? And I have to like think. I go, oh, Cosmopolitan.
Right. We go to the graveyard.
Graveyard. We don't ever say graveyard, except maybe on Halloween.
No, we go to the graveyard.
Yes, and it is French for me.
Right. And we go, let's see where else we go.
Bonjour.
I'm trying to think where else we go. Definitely the graveyard. The old folks home.
I mean, the old folks home. I mean, like some people.
I was a kid, thought that that's what it was called until I went work at one.
Well, I mean, we have various types of. They're not just old. I mean, we have nursing homes, skilled nursing.
Right. I mean, but it was a nursing home, but we went to the old folks home.
We also have senior housing and then assisted housing. So it's really, there's a lot of different words.
Yeah. I mean, we have all those, but.
I know like Southerners say things that are very different from the North. So, but it's fun. I mean, we should get somebody from a different area and let's all compare what we call this. What do you call this? You know.
Right. Remember when we had the
I know what you mean, the Australian
angry granny?
She was cute.
She was
funny.
I try to catch her every now and again, but it's the time difference makes it hard.
What do you call canned like tea? Well, I know you guys say sweet tea. I hate sweet tea. I like sweet tea with lemon.
Yeah, I don't like sweet tea, but it's a big thing. Most, iced tea. Yeah, from Aussie.
Grumpy Granny. She was funny.
Yeah, she was grumpy and she was funny. She was cute. Hey, Pearl, there you are.
Hi, Pearl. Oh, you had a reboot. Okay.
Oh, man, that sucks when you got a reboot.
It's 11:30.
I know. That's one that Garrett hasn't, like, where are we going? What we're doing?
I wonder if my husband, he doesn't want to do anything out of the house lately.
No, we got to go make groceries before we decide anything.
The day we were waiting to see if we, like, got the house, I made him take me out. And he's like, well, where do you want to go? I go, oh, I don't care. Let's go to Home Depot. I just want to get out of the house. And we went to a couple of nurseries, which are florists kind of thing. Places where you buy flowers. Hey, Pearl. And so, and anyway, but Pearl didn't know. I didn't get the house I got the other house. So,
yeah.
I got the house.
Girl, I got iced coffee today.
Well, my cold tea is now warm. And my cold coffee is warm too. So
is my coloring better? Because now my nails look the same color as my cup. She told me I look green today.
Well, the nails really do, but you changed some lighting kind of situation.
No, I didn't. It's the same. Closer up, it looks. I'm going to do it today if they open.
It looks more blue closer. When I saw you somewhere else, maybe it was in the car, they looked very turquoise. And then this morning, first thing, they looked mint color.
No, see, the walls in here are really blue, but it looks green.
Yeah, I was thinking like the overhead light is a little harsh on your head, so your head is fading into the background.
Yeah, the light makes my hair look.
It makes you look like the top of your head is missing.
Yeah.
It's like I was saying, if you had more forward light and less upper light.
Right, I know, but it's a fluorescent light up here.
Yeah.
And if I turned it off, even though I have my ring lights, it would be black in here. Because there's no windows in here. I mean, you've seen it in here when I've lost electricity during the show.
Maybe going for ice cream would be a thing. We could a destination. Let's go for ice cream. Well, I asked my husband, do you want ice cream? He goes, do you have to ask me that question? I pretty much want ice cream all day long, every single day. And I'm like, oh, okay then.
Garrett and I went to the snowball stand yesterday, and we got ice cream sundae. Oh, it was so good.
But wait, was it snowballs or it was really ice cream?
We got ice cream, but they sell snowballs, they sell nachos, but it's a snowball stand.
They sell nachos at the ice cream.
They sell frappes, they sell milkshakes. Banana split might be my new next one I'm going to try.
That's the one thing I never really loved because they always served bananas that were too ripe for my taste. So.
Sonic usually has the best banana splits. They have really good ice cream at Sonic.
Is it soft serve? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like soft serve ice cream. I like vanilla soft serve.
Look, she says they stop for chili dogs. We stop for hot dogs and chili.
I just like a hot dog, but I don't like chili on my hot dog.
That sounds good. Maybe I can make a homemade chili. And we can do hot dogs and sausage. Oh, I know, Pearl. The humidity here was like 91% today. Ugh. It's like it smothers you when you walk outside.
That's terrible.
It's 89 here already.
I don't know what it is here.
Yeah, it's 89. It feels like 104.
That's enough reason to stay home.
Yeah. We have a heat advisory Thursday, 10 a.m. until Thursday, 7 p.m. I think we're going to get a little rain, though, between 12 and 1.
I hope the day of our closing it's not raining because we're supposed to take a tour of the farm.
Oh, yeah. Y'all bring your umbrellas.
Yeah. That's it's a good idea.
But I'm telling you, tape it. Get your book, something, so you remember all the little things, like about the irrigation and stuff.
Well, the irrigation pretty much is like you turn the handle up and then you turn it. But we need to know how long they do it, how often,
right.
Every day or every other day or every.
The little things.
Yeah, and then there's other plants around and things,
right.
And we don't know what they are.
Right.
Kind of.
Yep. Well, guys, I really got to go. And then 2 hip checks will be on in about 15 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
That's if they. I don't think that they would not come on today. And
well, something will be on, and
yeah, somebody will be on tomorrow. It's Dawn's Deals with Teresa. So y'all remember to come by and pass by and say hi.
Jane's saying put the watering on a timer. You have to physically, it's a well, and you have to physically turn it on and then turn it off. But I bet you if there was a way to timer it, this man will figure it out and do it.
I bet he will.
Because,
maybe there's a way to connect a hose to it, keep it on, and then the
imagine if it drained the well.
No, but I'm saying put the hose pipe on it. And then attach a timer to the hose pipe or something. There's a way.
We'll see.
I bet. I agree with Jane.
We'll see.
All right, guys. I'm going to see what Hubby's going to do. See if I can get him off the chair.
Okay. Well, have a great day. And we'll see you next week.
Happy 4th, guys. Y'all be safe.
Bye.
Bye.